Hi everyone, hope you all are good. So we are going to start with grade 9 maths. You can find all the lessons on aplusstudents.com. You have to log in there using your email address and password is provided by the administrator. Then you have to select math from the subject tab, scroll down to grade 9, and we are going to start with the final test for the chapter linear inequalities. We are going to start with final test for the chapter linear inequalities. Please make sure you have your notebook and pencil before starting the topic. So please find a notebook and pencil. We can start the topic, that is final test for the linear inequalities. So let's start with the final test for the chapter linear inequalities. Let me just clear the board just one. We'll start then. Okay, let's start with the final test. Okay, linear inequalities. Okay, math, click on the continue button, then scroll down to grade 9, then linear inequalities and the final test. Okay, graph the linear inequality. Y is greater than equal to 6. Plot points on the boundary line. Select the line to switch between solid and dotted. Select the region to shade it. Okay, y is greater than equal to 6. Here you have 6. And the values are greater. That means the graph is from above, the line is at 6 and all the values above 6 are included in the graph. You have to shade from plus 6 up. Got it? Because y is greater than equal to 6. So you have to make a line on 6 and all the values that are greater than 6, the up values are included in the graph. Got it? So it would be shade from positive 6 up. Got it? So the correct option is shade from positive 6 up. So select the correct option and click on the OK button. Does the point 10, 8 satisfy the inequality? Okay, the point is 10 and 8 and the inequality is y is greater than equal to 9x plus 4. Just put the point in the equation. This is x value and this is y value. So y is 8, 9 times 10 and plus 4. 8 is greater than equal to 10 times 9 is 90 and 90 plus 4. 8 is greater than 94, yes or no? No, 8 is not greater than 94. Got it? So that means no, 10, 8 is not the solution of the equation. Got it? So select the correct option and click on the OK button. The answer is no. Okay, graph inequality. X is less than equal to 3. Okay, so here is the point 3. Less than equal to, that means all the values small on the left side of the 3. Here you have the line must be here, and all the values that are on the left side of the 3 are included in the graph. Got it? So it would be positive 3 to the left, shade from positive 3 and left. Got it? So shade from positive 3 to the left is the correct option. Got it? Okay, does the point 76 satisfies the inequality? Okay, let's just check. The point is 7 and 6. Okay, the point is 7 and 6, and the equation is x plus 2y greater than equal to 20. Just substitute the values. This is for x and this is for y. So 7 plus 2 times 6 is greater than equal to 20. 7 plus 6 times 2 is 12, greater than equal to 27. 12 plus 7 is 19. Is 19 greater than 20? Is 19 greater than 20? No, that means that is the 0.76 is not the solution of the inequality. Got it? The correct option is no. Option is no. Okay. The next one is write the following inequality in the slope intercept form. Write your answer with y first, followed by an inequality symbol. Use integers, proportions, proper fractions, and improper fractions in simplest form. Okay, you have to write the equation in slope intercept form. So what is slope intercept form? The equation is 20x plus y. Actually, the slope intercept form is like this. Y equals mx plus c. That means you have to isolate the y on one side and rest of the things on the other side. So just write y on this side and shift the 20x to the other side. So it would be then y less than equal to 20 is adding here. So on the left side it would be then subtracted. So it would be negative 20x, and 14 you have to write as it is because 14 is positive. That means it is adding. So y is less than equal to negative 20x and plus 14. Got it? Select the correct option and click on the OK button. Yes, that would be the first option. Select the correct option and click on the OK button. Okay, the next one is again write the following inequality in slope intercept form. The equation is 5x plus y greater than 5. 5x plus y greater than 5. So isolate the y, write y on the left hand side and shift that positive x to the other side. When you shift that positive x to the other side, it would be negative 5x. 5 is already there, so it is positive. So it would be 5y is greater than negative 5x plus 5. Got it? So select the correct option and click on the OK button. Okay, is 6 3 a solution of the inequality? x plus 16, y greater than 15. Enclosed, what happened? Why you are struggling to find get the final test? Have you completed the topics we did earlier sessions? If you completed the topics we did in the earlier sessions, then final test is not a problem. Please find the last lesson again, do all the lessons again, and then start with the final test. Got it? Or anyway, I am explaining each and every question. Then why you are struggling to get the final test? Is 6 3 solution to the inequality x plus 16y greater than 15? Just listen to me carefully. I'm explaining the questions while doing the final test. Okay, great. Just repeat up topics again and then start with the final test. Got it? Okay, 6 3, and the equation is x plus 16y greater than 15. This is x and this is y. So x is 6 plus 16, y is 3 and greater than 15. So 6 plus 16 times 3 is 48. So it would be 48 plus 84 is 48 is 56. 56 is greater than 15? Yes. That means the point 6 and 3 is the solution of the given equation. Got it? So you can complete the test by yourself later today. I'm just moving on to the next chapter. We're going to start with the next chapter, and the chapter name is statistics. Got it? Let's start with the chapter that is statistics. In class, you can do revise the topics again after this session because I'm going to start with the next chapter that is statistics. So please listen to me carefully and complete the topics after this session. Got it? Okay, scroll down to grade 9. Click on view all lessons, and we're going to start with the topic that is statistics. Let's start with the statistics. And the very first topic, identify biased samples. Let's start with identify biased samples. Okay, let me write down the topic name. First, we're going to see what is biased samples. So the topic is identify biased samples. I'm going to write the definition of the biased samples on the board. Please note down the definition. Make sure whenever you are working on the math, you have your notebook and pencil so that you can note down the very important points. Got it? Okay. Biased sample. Okay, a biased sample is a sample. Please note down the definition. A biased sample is a sample that doesn't accurately reflect all members of the population. Got it? That would be the definition of the biased sample. So basically, when you are some of the data are very Okay, in the biased samples is a sample that doesn't accurately reflect all members of the population. So bias sampling is a bias which a sample is collected in such a way that some members of the intended population have a lower or higher sampling probability than others. Got it? Okay, let's do examples, then it would be more clear to you. Let's start with the examples. Ahmed, what are you asking? What would you repeat? What does it means? Let's start with examples. I don't get your question. Please write your question again. Okay, the biased samples. Let's start with an example. Joseph put the name of all students in a school hat. Then he drew 50 names out of the hat. Is this sample of the students in school likely to be biased? Okay, let me share the screen. Okay, look at the very first question. Seth studied 7 pieces by each modern artist featured in the museum. Each artist has the same number of works in the museum. Is the sample of the work of the museum's modern artist likely to be biased? Okay, so 7 pieces of modern artist featured in the museum. Each artist has the same number of works in the museum. Okay, so we need to see if the given data is biased or not. Got it? So what in a biased sample, some people or items are more likely to be chosen than others. You have the option. You can choose some of the values you can choose because you choose the data at random. So that means some people or items are more likely to be chosen than others. Since Seth divided the pieces into equal sized groups by artist and then chose an equal number of pieces by each modern artist, it is a representative sample. It is not likely to be biased sample. That means that is not a biased sample. Got it? Okay, the next example is Ariel read 22 papers from each of the small folders sitting in a pile. Each of the folders has an equal number of papers. Got it? 22 papers from each group, and each folder has equal number of papers. Got it? So we need to see, is this sample of papers in the small folders likely to be biased? No, because in a biased sample, some people or items are more likely to be chosen than others. So since Ariel divided the papers into equal sized group by folder and then chose an equal number of papers from each other, it is a representative sample. It is not likely to be biased sample. Got it? Because it's an equal sized groups. So that means it is not a biased data. In Nathan surveyed 12 employees at the company with over a decade of experience. Is this sample of the employees at the company likely to be biased? Since the employees who had over a decade of experience might not. Sorry. Okay. Since the employees who had over a decade of experience might not be similar to the other employees, it is likely to be a biased sample because you haven't because the data is not in the grouped form. Got it? So you have just 12 employees. So more likely over the past 12 decades, that means it is more likely and that since employees had over a decade of experience, might not be similar to the other employees. It is likely to be a biased sample. Some of the employees have more experience. That means this is not a biased sample. Got it? Okay, let's start with a test. Okay, Joseph put the names of all the students in the school into a hat. Then he drew 15 names out of the hat. Is the sample of the students in the school to be biased? Yes, it is biased because you have just 50 names. Uh, he put all the students on the hat and then drew 50 of them. They are not, this is not a group data. And also, it is more likely that equal chance. Got it? It is an equal chance out that he can select any of the 50 out of the all. Got it? So it is a biased data. When you have to select from the equal groups, then it is not the biased. When you have to select from all the data at random, then it is biased. Got it? Oh, okay. Joseph put the name of all students in the school into a hat. Then he drew 50 names out of the hat. In is this sample of student in a biased sample, some people or item are more likely to be chosen than others. Since every name had an equal chance of being okay, so 50 names, and it is a chance that he can select any of 50. That means it is not a biased data. Got it? Because in the biased data, you choose at random, but here you have just 50 names. Got it? Okay, the next one is to review for the final test. Irma did 7 random problems from each assignment. Each assignment had an equal number of problems. Is this sample of problems assigned in the class likely to be biased? No, because he 7 random problems and he have to select equal out of all the problems. So that means it is not a likely data because Irma divided the problem into equal sized groups by an assignment and then chose an equal number of problems from each assignment. Got it? So that means it is not biased data. It is the representative data. The data is represented in the groups. So the answer is no. Got it? Okay, Jaffrey surveyed 307 business owners in the country. Is this sample of the people in the city likely to be biased? 37 business owners in the city. Yes, it is biased data because since business owners might not be similar because he don't know the other people in the city. Got it? Just 307 from a selected peoples he know. So that means the data is biased. Got it? The answer is yes, it is biased. Okay. Elizabeth pooled the first 72 attendees at a concert. Is the sample of the concert attendees like to be biased? Yes, they are biased because he he might not be similar to the other attendees. He just know the 72 attendees of them. Got it? So it is a biased data. Yes, it is biased. Okay, Kendall's surveyed the first 47 celebrities to arrive at the movie premiere. Is this sample of celebrities likely to be biased? Yes, because he just know the 47 celebrities. Got it? And some celebrities were not at the movie premiere. That means it is likely to be biased data. Got it? The answer is yes. Okay, you can complete the test by yourself later today. If you have any problem with the data, you can contact any tutor on the Skype. They are available from Monday to Friday, 5 to 9. Got it? I'm just moving on to the next topic from the same chapter, and the next topic is identify an outlier. Let me write and describe the effect of removing it. Okay, let me write down the lesson name. Identify the outlier and describe the effect of removing it. Okay, let's start with an example. Select the outlier in the data set. Okay, we are given with the data set that is 17, 27, 17, 27, 29, 42, 61, 93, 99, and 691. So basically the outlier is the extreme value in the data that is either much larger or either much smaller. You can note down the definition of the outlier. An outlier is an extreme value in a data set that is either much greater or much smaller, or much smaller than all the other values, or much smaller than all the other values. Okay, just look at the data. Which value is the outlier then? 691, because rest of the values are in between 100, but 691 is greater value, much greater value. Got it? So if we remove 691 from the data set, the rest of these smaller values would remain, because they are they are likely to be within 100. Got it? So 691 is a liar. If we calculate the mean of the smaller values, you would find it would be less than the original mean. If you calculate the mean with 691, that is very greater value. But when you remove 691 ca- and calculate a mean value, then it is a smaller number. So that means removing the outlier causes the mean to decrease. Got it? When you remove the outlier, the mean value of the data is decreased. That is the effect of removing it. Got it now? Okay, the next one is select an outlier in the data set. Okay, the data set is 12, 15, 17, 33, 71, 82, 92, and 544. So which is an outlier? 544 is an outlier. Got it? Because it is an extreme value. So again, the same thing, when you remove 554 from the data, that mean is decreased, because with 544 mean is a greater big value, but when you remove 544, the rest of the numbers are in between 100, so the mean value is a small value without outlier. Got it? So that means the mean is decreased when you remove the outlier from the data. Got it? That is the effect of removing the outlier from the data. Got it? Okay, let's start with a test. Let's just do some of the practice questions. And let's start with a test for the topic. Okay, let's start with test. Select an outlier in the data set. If the outlier was removed from the data set, what would the mean increase or decrease? Okay, here the outlier is, which value is the outlier here? 8 is the outlier because all the numbers are in 60s, 70s, and 80s. Just 8 is small, much smaller than the other values. So 8 is a outlier, but 8 is a small value. When you remove it, that means the outlier is increased. Got it? Removing a small outlier affects increasing the mean, and removing the greater outlier affects the decreased mean. Got it? So that means when you remove the outlier 8, the mean of the data is increased. Got it? So select the correct option and click on the OK button. Okay. The next one is select the outlier in the data set. If the outlier were removed from the data set, what would the mean increase or decrease? Again, the outlier is a small number 5. When you remove the outlier 5, that means when you remove the small values, that affects the mean is increased. Got it? So this case mean is increased. Okay, the next number is select the outlier in the data set. If the outlier were removed from the data set, would the mean increase or decrease? So then outlier is 216, and 216 is a greater value. When you remove 216, that means the mean of the data is decreased. Got it? Because you're removing a greater value. Got it? It decreases the mean. So select the correct option and click on the OK button. Okay, select the outlier in the data set. If the outlier, again, outlier is a big value, that is to 567. So when you remove 567, that means the mean of the data is decreased. Got it? So the important point you get from this topic is removing a greater number decreases the mean, and removing a smaller number increases the mean. Got it? Select the outlier in the dataset. Again, it's 544. When you remove 544, that means that mean is decreased. Got it? Because you removed greater value, and for the smaller number, the mean is a smaller number. Got it? Okay, the next one is select the outlier in the dataset. If the outlier were removed from the dataset, what would the mean increase or decrease? So again, it's a big number, 691. So when you remove 691 from the data, that mean is decreased. Got it? So select the correct option and click on the OK button. Okay, select the outlier in the data set. Okay, so which value is the outlier in this data set? It is 7, because 7 is much smaller value. So when you remove a smaller value, that affects the increases in the mean. Got it? Okay, you can complete the test by yourself later today. I'm just moving on to the next topic, and the next topic is identify an outlier. Got it? Let's start with identify an outlier. So we know which is outlier. Let's start with the test. Okay, select the outlier in the data set. Okay, which value is outlier? 10, 14, 18, 23, 35, 37, 42, 56, and 763. So which value is outlier? 763, because 763 is the extreme value. All the data is uh, in the tens, 20s, and 30s, but it is not in the hundreds, just 763 is the outlier. Select the correct option and click on the OK button. Okay, select the outlier in the data set. Again, the outlier is 663 because it is the extreme value in the data. Got it? So it would be 663. So select the correct option and click on the OK button. Select the outlier in the data set. So which value is outlier? Yes, it is 215 because it is much greater than the other value. So it is the outlier. Got it? Okay, select the outlier in the data set, and the numbers given are 14, 24, 34, 73, 76, 81, 83, and 282. So the outlier is the extreme value in the data. Extreme value means either it is much greater or either it is much smaller. So other values are in between 100. Just 282 is the highest value. So that means the outlier is 282. Got it? So select the correct option and click on the OK button. Select the outlier in the dataset. 36, 46, 48, 59, 61, 71, 75, 85, and 834. So which value is outlier? 834 is in. That means 834 is an outlier because it's an extreme value. Other values are in between 100, but that is in 800, so it is an outlier. Got it? Okay, select the correct option and click on the OK button. Which Select the outlier in the data set. So which value is outlier? Yes, 619 is an outlier. Select the correct option and click on the OK button. Okay, 37, 43, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 57, and 337. So which value is outlier? The one that has the extreme value. Extreme value means either too much greater or either much smaller. So 337 is much greater than the other values. So it is an outlier. Got it? Okay, select the outlier in the data set. So which value is outlier? 309, because rest of the values are in between 100. Just 390, 309 is much greater than the other values. Got it? Okay, select the outlier in the data set. 10, 12, 14, 18, 30, 44, 58, and 190. So our rest of the values are in between 100. Just 199 is outlier. Select the correct option and click on the OK button. Okay, what is select the outlier in the data set? 10, 14, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 22, and 691. So which value is an outlier? The extreme value, that is 691, is an outlier. Got it? So select the correct option and click on the OK button. Okay, so let's just do a quick review with the topics we did today. We have started with the final test of the linear inequalities. Then we started the new chapter, that is statistics. And in the chapter first, we learned the biased samples, and then we did the outlier and effect of removing the outlier. So, what is the biased sample? So, biased samples. So, what is meant by biased samples? A biased sample is a sample that doesn't accurately reflect all members of the population. Got it? Then we've done with identifying an outlier. So, outlier is an extreme value, either it is much greater than the other data or much smaller than the other data. So, when you remove an outlier that is a much greater value, then the mean is decreased. Got it? And when you remove an outlier that is a smaller value, then the mean is increased. Got it? That is the effect of removing the outlier. Got it? That is the topic we covered today. So that's all for today. If you need more help with the topics, you can contact any tutor on the Skype. They are available from Monday to Friday, 5 to 9. So you can find these lessons on aplusstudents.com, and you have to log in there using your email address and password. Then you have to select math from the subject tab. Then you need to scroll down to grade 9 and then click on view all lessons, and the chapter we are working is statistics. Got it? If you find the video helpful for you, please click on the like button that is right below the video. And that's all for today. See you in the next class. Bye.